we want to include the skin. So I have my chicken here. And this chicken is a little bit different. This one was grown longer. So it was a little bit tougher. And you can tell the chickens that were grown longer by their skin texture. If their skin texture is like stronger, that means they're an older chicken. So this is like an heirloom chicken. So I'm going to take all of this skin and put it into this measuring cup here because we're going to grind it up. Now, when you are peeling off the skin, there's some really, really tough parts. So this part was near the neck. It's super thick. We don't want to grind that. That'll hurt your food processor or your blender, and it won't grind up. So I just tear it off and give it to my dog. But the rest of this is really flexible. And if this does creep you out, again, work with it in small quantities. So like, if you're like, oh, I can't do all the skin, can you just grind this piece up and disperse that amongst your food jars? It's not bad. It's the same as the organs. We want to eat all of this stuff. It's so good for us. So I'm going to keep pulling this apart. And again, I want to just show you how easily the meat is coming off the bone. It just falls right off after I brought it to that boil. And then I simmered it for 2 hours and it's falling apart, this juicy, delicious meat. Again, all the skin's coming off. I'm just going to plop my meat in here. And the beautiful thing about having the whole chicken, I will say, is all the like hidden parts of meat that I never knew that were on a chicken. So like, for example, there's like this back part, all this like beautiful, I want to show y'all this, like these hidden pieces of meat here. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was even a cut of chicken because we get the breast or the legs. But like, there's all this meat that's so close to the bone that's so good for us that we want to consume. Okay, let's see if I have all of my skin. Well, I have my wings. And I also want to mention here, if you do have your whole chicken, you're going to have to consume more broth than chicken. So you will have leftover chicken. I do recommend the parts of the chicken that you consume be the dark meat. Why the dark meat? The dark meat is higher in fat and a lot of vitamins and minerals as well. We want that dark meat. And so if we have leftover meat, let it be the breast because that's higher in protein. And of course, not as high in fat and fewer vitamins and minerals as well. So we want to get the meat close to the bone because it'll help us get into ketosis. It's more nutritious for our bodies. So let's see, I have a little bit more skin coming off. Okay, I think I have all of the skin. Now, here's my skin. It will vary depending on your chicken. So because this was a bit thicker skin, I'm going to add some more stock. Normally, I add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of it. And you can also add it as you do it. So like, depending on your mode. So it kind of covers it a little. Can y'all see that okay? So the broth is around here. And you can do this in so many different places. So I have an immersion blender that I really love. So I'm going to use that. But if you don't, that's not a problem. You can use a food processor. You can use a blender. You just want to make sure you have enough liquid so it doesn't get jammed. And so I'm going to do my immersion blender now. It will be a little loud, so I might mute myself while I do that so as not to hurt anyone's ears. But this is, if you don't know what an immersion blender is, it's this. I invested in this a few years ago. It is like one of my favorite kitchen items. But anyway, that you can find them. They're not that expensive on Amazon or even on Facebook Marketplace. I use it all the time in my kitchen. So I'm going to mute myself because this is loud. Here we go. All right. So this is what it looks like. Let me kind of, it doesn't look like skin at all. Let me get a spoon to like show you the actual consistency. So this is the consistency. It is kind of pasty, but again, whenever you drop this into your soups, you can't tell. It's just kind of like floats in with your liquid. So if you have your soup jars, you can drop them in a tablespoon or two. Or if you're like, oh, like I'm just going to do a little bit, like a drop in each jar. That's perfect. Just work your way up as necessary and maybe freeze the rest for another time when you're feeling more courageous. Um, but anyway, this is really, really good for you. We really encourage you using the skin. Um, so yeah, the way I would do the soup jars is like I'll take about, depending on your chicken, I think this would probably make, I would start out with 12 with the stock because I like to have leftover stock to just sip on. But I would do either 1.5 cups or 2 cups, depending on how you do your meals. This is totally optional how you wish to do it. But I would fill them with broth first because the broth is the most important factor because we know we'll have more chicken, but we may not have enough broth. So I encourage you to fill your broth first if you're doing the soup jars, the single serve soup jars. Then add your chicken, then add your organs, and then add your skin that's been pulverized here. And you're ready to go, which is really nice. It's like all I have to do is salt it. I really enjoy the soup jar. So this concludes chicken.